Welcome back to an unbelievably warm day here in November in Staten Island. If this doesn't come out in November, it's still November right now. Hopefully it's not freezing when this video comes out, but that's neither here nor there. Today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. In the comments, somebody asked whether or not the DVR in the EV800Ds, which are the goggles that I recommend to newer beginner FPV pilots who are looking for a good set of analog goggles that don't break the bank, versus the Fat Shark HDO2s, which are one of the premier analog goggles along with the Orcas, the Sky Zone 04Xs, all of those premium tier analog goggles. So I want to do a side-by-side comparison. I'm not going to label these independently because it doesn't matter which is which. You would never cross-shop these two goggles. You'd never get somebody looking for a premium analog set of goggles and asking if the EV800Ds are equal or worth it. This is more about the DVR experience from an $80 to $100 set of entry-level FPV goggles versus the premium Fat Shark goggles. I know that the Orcas have better DVR than the Fat Sharks. The HD Zeros are supposed to have a fantastic DVR, and I think there's a reason a lot of people use the PowerPlay external video recorder to record analog DVR if they're using those Fat Shark goggles. I know that the Fat Shark goggles do not have the best DVR. It's kind of a widely known thing that their DVR is not crap, but not great. So let's just kick it off. Let's get into some side-by-side footage I shot with the Baby Ape Pro. And then I'm also going to show you some footage I shot with a Tiny Trainer. So that way you see different FPV systems and how they look in the DVR video. Just so you're aware before I jump into it, I did have an issue while recording this video and found out that never, ever, ever in the same DVR recording, record the image coming from a PAL camera, which is what the Baby Ape was set to, and an NTSC camera, which is what the Tiny Trainer was set to. All that said, it basically screwed up one of the recordings. This is like the second time I've recorded both the DVR and this piece to camera. But with that said, let's get into the Baby Ape first, and then we'll come right back and talk about what we saw.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this an argument or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises, or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all.
And that was the footage from the Baby Ape Pro. It looked pretty good. Honestly, I am impressed with the EV800D DVR. It looks as good, if not better, on those stock antennas and that stock receiver as the Fat Sharks, with the receiver from TBS, the Unify, and a set of Lumineer patch and Omni antennas. Yeah, so I would say it looks as good. If you're paying more to get a better DVR image, you're not going to get what you're paying for in the case of the Fat Shark HDO2s. Again, I think the Orcas have better DVR off the jump. So if you are looking for better DVR from a premium goggle, wouldn't go to Fat Shark. But let's get into the Tiny Trainer 2 footage. Tiny Trainer 2. Let's get into the Tiny Trainer footage and see how it looks.
World felt small, way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. I know that things seem bad, but they could be much worse. There's always someone else who has a greater curse, a greater thirst, a hunger, pain, and mercy. Just find whatever you got and try to be thankful first. I wanna feel again, I need a couple friends. I never really understood just how the story ends, but I can feel it's tense, don't know the consequence. The volatility of life, my only confidence. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises, or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all.
And that's the footage from the Tiny Trainer. I'm gonna put a big asterisk in here. I think one of the biggest issues I had while editing this video and recording this video, and this really won't be an issue for most people, but the EV800D is recorded at a rock solid 30 frames per second. It did not deviate. All three of the recordings that I did with that DVR, 30 frames per second. The Fat Shark, on the other hand, drifted all over the place. Some were the pretty traditional and expected 29.94, which for those in video, 29.94 is basically the 30 frames per second. I don't know why that's the case. I've never looked into it. Somebody in the comments let me know why everything is 29.94 or 9-ish frames per second when it's 30. One of them was correct. The second recording was at 25.1. The next recording I did with that Fat Sharks and the Tiny Trainer in particular was 24.3. Every single one of the DVR clips that I've recorded with those Fat Sharks seems to be at a different frame rate. I don't know if this is because the TBS Unify uses a like frame melding method, and that's why the frame rate is a little variable. But if you're doing something like this, where I'm comparing two DVR clips, I basically had to speed up and slow down the Fat Shark clip to make it play the same speed as the EV800D. So with that said, if we're drawing any conclusion here, the better of the two DVRs is in that EV800D. So if you want to know my opinion, if you're recording video footage, and actually that's even better case to have an EV800D. It's a decent DVR, put a good set of antennas on it, and you not only have a bench display, because you can pull that faceplate off and use just the screen if you're messing with your analog video settings, you can also use it to record good DVR if you're flying with Fat Sharks. If you're flying with HDO2, or if you're flying with the Orcas, if you're flying with HD0s, your DVR is probably fine, probably good. And honestly, the Fat Shark DVR is good enough to post to social media. I mean, you don't have to have, or you don't have comparison footage to put side by side and sync up. So 25 frames per second to 30 frames per second, not too much of a big deal. But either way, wanted to call that out, that the Fat Shark was definitely the more headache-inducing DVR footage to work with. And also, I don't think there was anything in the video quality difference. So, with that said, if you're looking to record analog footage, get a set of EV800Ds or one of those immersion RC power plays, Or if you haven't bought a premium set of goggles and you're looking for one, I would look towards the Orcas, the HD0, the new goggles that have those crazy new de-interlace chips, which are supposed to be fantastic. Or the Cobra 04X apparently has really good DVR image quality as well. So if that's what important to you and you want the best looking image off your goggles to share to social from your little analog whoops and quads, look at those different goggles. Don't get a set of HD02s. If you're looking for an entry-level setup, I think those EV800Ds are a fantastic set of goggles. Pair it with that Baby 8 from Darwin FPV, Radio Master Zorro, and I still think that that $300 all-up FPV kit with those 3 items in it is probably the best way to get into FPV. It'll let you fly outside, it'll let you fly in tighter areas, it's not too loud, so you're not going to disturb a bunch of people, and you're going to have a great time, because at the end of the day, that's why we're doing FPV. We fly FPV to have fun, outdoor recreation, it's all good. With that said, thank you all for joining me in this video. Down below, I almost ended the video right there. Down below, I have my affiliate links. They link to Amazon. If you use them, doesn't cost you anything, but it helps support this channel. And yeah, that's all. As always, subscribe, like, comment below. What do you think of the footage that I actually recorded? Do you see a difference in either of it? Yeah, love to see what you think. As always, see you in the next video. Bye.